everyone, Ivy League Gaming here, and today we're playing Raid Shadow Legends, and I want to kill 3 birds with 1 stone. Sorry, not literally. I love birds. But we have a tournament going on that is very specific. So we've got our dragon tournament using only champions from the Dwarves and Shadowkin factions. So this is actually kind of funny to me because the dwarfs are the slowest moving and the Shadowkin are the fastest moving. So the time of the runs is quite hilarious depending on if you have more dwarves or more Shadowkin. But I also wanted to mention this is actually a perfect chance to showcase dragon with only dwarves or dragon with only Shadowkin. And of course, for sake of this, we can do both, obviously. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you some runs. So we're going to start off with dwarves only, and we're going to then we're going to do Shadowkin only, and then I'll show some combine. So I wanted to just point out, I wanted to show something that would be a bit, I don't want to say free to play friendly, but maybe. I am just going to showcase Dragon 20. It's the most resourceful as far as farming for events anyway. So there's no really reason to do 25 unless you can afford the energy and don't care about blowing it like crazy and you just are really looking for those 6-star legendary pieces and have a little bit higher chance of getting them. Honestly, not really worth it when it comes down to just farming for an event though. But, alright here. So we're looking at no Trunda. I have Trunda. I have Molly. Let's do it without them. Let's try something a little bit longer now. This is, of course, it's going to take a little longer. Trunda would make it faster, wouldn't she? Duh, of course she would. But we do have 2 fusion champs in here. Herndig was a fusion as well. He's super great. And Brogni has such good support that you don't even really need a reviver. Although having Rearguard Sergeant in here for her continuous heals is really helpful. As well as we have Grizzled Jarl in here for block buffs and decrease attack. They both have decreased defense as well. And of course, I mean, Geo's just amazing. And he has an AoE on the A1. And cleanse, or not cleanse, steals a buff. But yeah, he's really helpful. He has the reflect damage as well, so this passive definitely can help a bit. And I have these people mostly geared, I mean, the dwarfs are mostly geared for doing dungeons or the Faction Wars boss, so they're in good shape. Geo I use in Hydra boss. So let's get into it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start some runs, and then I'm going to skip to the end. No point to show every little detail, but you'll see how well this works. Ideally, if you have a Melga built, you might need that. If you don't have Brogni for these amazing shields, you're gonna need a reviver if you're bringing in squishy people. Like my Herndig is really squishy. Things get a little bit hairy with him here, but it's not too bad. It seemed successful. We've also got the continuous heals, like I said, from Rearguard Sergeant. I know that I did 1 test run and he almost died, but this is going to be a bit slow. They run really slow, which is quite funny, honestly. Because then the Shadowkin is like, looks like you are using something to crazy speed up your your FPS. But really it's just the way that the faction is. It's super funny. This one looks like it's in slow-mo, but we're going to speed it up a little bit and get to the end. Alright, and as we wrap up here, I figured I should know, I do have my Brogni built more for support versus damage. I know you can build him with really good damage so that his A2 for extending the shields really does a good job, and that's based on his damage dealt. And he can actually do some pretty good damage. So if your Brogni's built with more actual physical damage, that could be helpful. I'm sure you can build Geomancer AoE with damage as well if you have one of him lying around and you don't have a Herndig. There's really no point for me to show with Trunda, because let's be honest, it's just faster. We could throw in Trunda, we can throw in Molly for crowd control, but at the end of the day, it's just faster. Done deal. No problems. No problems there. I could take out Grizzled Jarl or probably even Rearguard Sergeant and just throw in Trunda. My run was very quick with that. She definitely makes a big difference, but you guys already know that. If you have Trunda, you're going to use her, right? So this is something that these people are really good to consider if you are getting one of those clan quests that is Dragon's Lair with dwarfs only. So now we're going to go to just Shadowkin. Alright, let's be honest here. When it comes to Shadowkin, as far as who I actually have built, not the most free to play friendly or low spend friendly team here. It's RNG. To be honest, I'm not a whale though. I've just been playing a long time. I got lucky getting a Lady Kimmy and lucky getting 2 or 3 Genzins. But Ninja's amazing. Obviously, he can do a lot of damage. We also have Taragi here, who is so good for support. He has an AoE with Provoke. He also puts up shields and ally protect and reflect damage on himself and poisons as well here, which is great for the dragon, and a decreased attack buff, which is great as well. So we have Ninja, of course. You guys know what Ninja does. He's great. If you have him, he's going to be your damage dealer. Ganbo just does sheer damage, so there's not a lot of... Honestly, this has no revival in here. I'm hoping it can actually handle it. Not gonna lie. Genbo might die. He's really squishy. Lady Kimmy's gonna be there for some support with decreasing their speed. Genzin's just fun. But I think when it comes to doing Shadowkin only dragon, there are a lot of other great options. I just don't have them well built. Although Berengiri I have decently built at level 50. He does have an AoE stun, which will help get you through the waves, plus a strengthen buff and shield. And then heals this champion whenever an ally or enemy dies. So he can actually heal himself. It's pretty cool. And then we have, if you need someone else with block debuffs, Odachi does block debuffs. That's on his A3 and increased defense. You also could use, I mean, there's so many. Sachi, what am I saying so much? Sachi has an AoE decreased accuracy. The rest of it, meh. But if you just need someone with an AoE for some crowd control or some damage for the waves, she might be possible. Hotatsu does a strength and buff as well. There are definitely some other options besides having the obvious. Yoshi was a fusion. I actually don't use Yoshi at all. I know he has a little bit of fun, but for the dragon, not really. So I'm just going to stick to that. I also have Kyoku. She's just not built, but she's fun. I would love to have her in here. She has AoE decrease attack, and then ally protect and block damage. So that's really helpful if you have her lying around. But really, I just want to see, out of pure curiosity, what our speed is going to be for this. And I don't know if they're going to survive. So let's see what we can do. Hopefully Ninja does enough damage and we can keep Genbo alive. But I have a feeling he might die. That's where Taragi again is going to come in. He is my favorite Shadowkin since the faction came out. I've loved Taragi. He was the first person I made level 60 of that faction because I knew I would need him in Faction Wars at the very least. And he can be really helpful elsewhere. But again, it depends on your people, obviously. I have a few Legos in here, sure enough. But I certainly don't think this is a trouble to get done. Some of those clan quests with only a certain faction are just tough. But luckily, beating Dragon 20 is the easiest out of the bunch usually. So I'm pretty sure we can muster up a good win here with Ninja being the star. We'll see. But I'm going to let this fast forward to the end, and then we'll check back in. Oops, I started talking and instead of unpausing my recording, I just stopped the whole recording. So actually, right as I was doing that, I got a message for Twitter talking about Raid Shadow Legends, Ukraine. They are based in Ukraine, guys. Plarium is a Ukraine-based company. They have a really nice post on Facebook, guys, talking about what they're doing and how they're handling the situation, and also their donations. So if you guys haven't already taken a look, go check out their post on Facebook. It was from a link on Twitter. It may or may not be on the Discord as well, I'm not sure. But let's everyone still bear with playing them as things happen. If there's bugs, if you're wondering what events are happening next, just bear with them. It's a crazy time for everybody right now. As if you're waiting to get your giveaways, content creators haven't even got their packs this week, so. And I know they are working on doing the gem giveaway codes sent to everyone. So if you're one of those people that won in a giveaway, that you're waiting from that and wondering when don't bug the content creator, because they don't know. They're trying, but we did give all of the codes to a different person, so they're handling that. Sorry for the pause. We're back. All right, so I was talking about this and then I realized it wasn't recording. So I don't have the best team for an efficient, quick run on Dragon 24 Shadowkin, but we're gonna kind of combine forces now. So let's see. Obviously, when it comes to these factions, there are some key stars. I already mentioned a few. And why is this? Okay, this is by faction. Good. For a second, it didn't look like it. But I would love to combine my best people. So let's see what we can do here. Obviously, Trunda and Brogni Brogni. I was going to call him Brogni. Herndig are going to help with damage. He's going to help keep everyone alive. I actually think this might work really well because Trunda has the magic attack in all battles, and they're all of our damage dealers. Actually, the entire team is magic. Coincidence? Yup. But yeah, I think this might be one of my fastest team comps here. If there was concern of people dying, we might need to bring in Molly. She can provoke and then revive if we need to. But let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. All right. So it's so funny. Quick Shadowkin movements, slow dwarf movements. You see the difference? It's super funny speeding up Shadowkin runs too, because, well, they're already sped up. When you have them on 2 times an unlimited frame rate, it's so hilarious. But, then the dwarf slowly runs back and forth. Alright, we don't even need to speed this up. This run is going to be really, really quick. So, let's take a second here. Come on. Really? Did we really need to waste AI, guys? Did Brogni really need to waste his shields, and did Herndig really need to waste his ability when there was one little sliver of health left on that guy? Come on, man. There needs to be better AI when it comes to how much health or something people have left and which abilities are used. Because, why would you shield the whole team when everyone was dead? It was one hit away. Brogdon just needed to smack him. Anyway, this might actually kill people. I'm a little bit worried, but those shields are back up. I finally booked my Brogni, guys. I didn't have a booked Brogni. I've been using him heavily in Hydra Boss. I stopped using him in Arena for the most part. But I use him in Hydra Boss now. Definitely not mad at that. And here we go. Super easy. I think this is a really great combination. I know everyone doesn't have a Trunda and all, but gotta get my girl in there. I can't do a run with Dwarves and Shadowkin without Trunda and Ninja. Hello. But alright guys, I hope you enjoyed me showing a sample of my teams, and just to keep that in mind if you guys get the dragon or dungeon clan quests, that there's plenty of options to play with as far as using Shadowkin or Dwarves. So many great options, and you don't need to have Trunda to be successful, but she sure helps it go faster. I can't talk today, guys. It's fine. It's been a long day. It's been a busy day. But, alright guys, let me know if you like these kind of videos. I'll try to be more on top of this when it comes to seeing these come out so that I can have it out nice and early as far as the special conditional dungeons go. They're super fun to play with, honestly. I don't mind. Or, again, the clan quests. We have these clan quests now that have specific factions only for all the dungeons. So showcasing these every once in a while is something I want to try to do. That way, if you guys are like, oh, I'm stuck, my skinwalkers suck on dragon, what should I use? I want to try to have some videos out for that as well. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video.